Welcome to Keep It Sunny's 31 Days of Halloween.
Welcome back to another episode of Keep It Sunny's 31 Days of Halloween. On today's episode, we're making these delicious Cauldren Cupcakes. These dark chocolate cupcakes have a semi-sweet chocolate frosting and are bubbling with a sour green apple topping. The ingredients you're going to need with this recipe are going to be 2 cups of water, half a cup of Tapioca Pearls, 2 packets of Jolly Rancher green apple drink mix, green food coloring, 1 cup of sugar, 1 box of dark chocolate cake mix and any ingredients that the box calls for, 1 stick of melted butter, 1 stick of softened butter, 2 cups of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips, 5 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 4 cups of powdered sugar, 3 tablespoons of milk, some black food coloring, and some Halloween cupcake wrappers. Today's video is sponsored by my mom, who generously decided to buy me this wonderful mixer because I was borrowing hers for all of the previous Halloween videos. Thanks, Mom! So we're going to start off by taking a large mixing bowl in the mixer, and we're going to be adding our dark chocolate fudge cake mix to this. I'm going to go ahead and do 2 boxes because I'm making these for Halloween parties, so we're going to need lots of cupcakes. Just going to pour that into the mixer. Okay, so now we're just going to blend up our box cake mix with all the ingredients that particular kind called for. So now we're going to go ahead and take our cupcake wrappers. These say a treat worth dying for, and I got these at Michael's. And we're just going to line our little cupcake pan. And we're just going to spoon these in. We only want to fill them about halfway. We do not want these overflowing because we want our cupcakes to be kind of flat on top so that our cauldrons are nice, have a nice flat bottom to put our filling on top of. Okay, after we have these all filled, we're just going to go ahead and put them in the oven and bake according to the box instructions. While those are baking, we're going to make our frosting. So we're going to go ahead and take 1 stick of melted butter, 2 cups of mini semi-sweet chocolate chips, and pour that right into our melted butter. Just going to stir that around until it's all melted down. Now that all our chips are melted, we're going to go ahead and pour that into our mixing bowl. And then we're going to add 1 stick of softened butter, 5 tablespoons of cocoa powder, now we're just going to turn on our mixer on a low setting and keep stirring around the edges until the base of our frosting is all mixed well. Now we're going to go ahead and take 2 cups of powdered sugar and sprinkle that in a little bit at a time, turning on our mixer, and just we're going to keep incorporating this a little bit at a time until we have all of our powdered sugar in there. Okay, now we're going to add our next 2 cups of powdered sugar. Just going to give that a stir. Now this is going to start to get kind of dry. That's why we're going to add our 3 tablespoons of milk just to make that all creamy again. Now this will be a stiffer frosting, and it'll get stiffer the longer it sits because these are chocolate chips, and as they start to reharden, the frosting will stiffen up a little bit. So it's easier to work with while it is fresh. Now we're going to go ahead and add some black food coloring. So we want these to be nice dark cauldrons. Okay, so now that our frosting is done, we want to go ahead and start on the topping for our little cauldrons. We're going to go ahead and take 2 cups of water, put it on the stove. We're going to turn it on a medium-high heat. And then we're going to add half a cup of Tapioca Pearls. These are kind of like those little boba pearls that you might see at like yogurt shops or an Asian market. You can get these at any Asian grocery store or on Amazon. So we're going to go ahead and bring these to a boil, and then we're going to reduce the heat to low. The reason I'm using the Tapioca Pearls is because they kind of look like little bubbles in the cauldron. So it kind of gives the effect of like a bubbling, mysterious, magical goo. I'm going to go ahead and cook this for 20 to 30 minutes until all pearls are translucent and soft. Now we're going to go ahead and take our Jolly Rancher Green Apple drink mix. We're just going to add 2 packets of that. Give that a stir and mix it all in well. Now we're going to add some green food coloring because I want this to be a brighter, more vivid green. And then we're going to add 1 cup of sugar to help thicken this mixture. And then we're going to cook it for another 10 minutes on a low heat, stirring occasionally to make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And then we're going to let the mixture cool down, and then we're going to place it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to thicken. Okay, and now our cupcakes are done in the oven. So we're going to go ahead and frost these. I'm going to take a frosting bag, and I've got this Wilton decorating tip. It's kind of like a flat tip with a little bit of an angle. I think it's a size 24. First thing we're going to do is just kind of pipe on little stripes on top of the cupcake. I just want to like get a little coverage on top because this is going to be the very bottom of our cauldron. And now we're going to do the outside. So if you have a Lazy Susan, you can just kind of spin it while you're piping this on, or you can hold the cupcake and turn it as you pipe on the icing. Just gonna go around once. And then I want the sides of the cauldron to be a little higher to fit more of the green apple mixture inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a second layer. This is going to give us our little edges of our cauldrons. Okay, and after that's all done, you can go ahead and frost the rest of these. Now you're going to want to put these into the refrigerator for about 30 minutes before you add your green apple topping, because you want the icing to be nice and stiff, because since the green apple is liquidy, it could start to dissolve your frosting and you might have a little run over of the green apple onto the plate. So now that our cupcakes are out of the fridge, I'm just going to go ahead and add some green apple topping on top. And those are our little cauldron cupcakes. I really like how all the little tapioca pearls in there kind of make it look like it's a little bubbling mixture. It's a nice little detail. And the sour green apple is a really nice contrast with the really rich dark chocolate cupcake and icing. So that's it. That's all we have for you today, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Please come back tomorrow for another Halloween video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. God loves you. Happy Halloween.
Keep it creepy.